This is the Half Hour Bros Podcast with brothers Kurt and Tom. Warning, explicit content ahead.
What's up, everybody? Half Hour Bros Podcast. You have my boy Kurt with me today. Special guest Kyle Yates.
Kyle Coyote Yates.
That's right.
Special Zoom episode. We don't typically do these, so that's kind of cool. Got a little recording going on. Hey, make sure you check us out, halfhourbros@gmail.com, at halfhourbrospod on Twitter.
There you go.
Kyle, what's going on, buddy?
Man, another day in paradise, to say the least. It's been an interesting day. We stayed up last night after we had our little comedy show, and we binge watched the last season of Lucifer.
Okay.
And so that took us till about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Shit.
And then I was back up at 6. So, yay me.
So does Lucifer get better? Because I tried to give the first season a shot and it didn't quite come together.
Yeah, same.
Really? Well, I mean, I enjoyed it. So, I mean,
It just didn't grab me off the pilot. Like, is it one of those that, season 2 or whatever, season 3 kicks off?
the last season was season 4, I think, 4 or 5. I don't remember. But anyway, it picks up. But I mean, it's about the devil, and here's this handsome guy. He gets laid all the time. He gets to do basically whatever he wants.
Okay. All
since
right,
I can relate, that's why I watch the show.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool. So it's like a biography, like autobiography.
Yeah.
So they finally put my story out there. They finally got it to film. All right, good. I was wondering how long that was going to take. They read me manifesto.
Oh my gosh. Well, hey, we appreciate you joining us. Kind of joining you. This is kind of typically your format. But this is my first week back. Kurt's wife stepped in to co-host with him last week, so that was interesting. I thought I had COVID.
Oh,
I had
no.
to have a fill-in because we thought Papa Daddy over there had the big COVID-19, but
apparently I was just bad cold or something. So
I mean, was that an excuse or something? I mean,
Yeah,
the
that's what
show
it
must
sounds
go
like.
on.
Yeah.
hey,
Exactly.
It's cool. I got my wife. She stepped in for the episode, so it was good.
I was ready to
good
do a
recovery.
remote episode, and he doesn't like remote episodes, so he's a crybaby. So
Hey,
I can't be there in person.
Hey, the day like you're in Texas, I'll be fine with doing a remote show. You're 20 minutes down the road. I'm not doing a fucking remote show. If I can get a comfortable Uber to where you're at, we're not doing a remote show.
Jeez, what a baby, man.
Man.
So
remote
typically we kind of just freestyle a little bit on the top of the show, just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives. Kurt, what's going on with you right now, buddy?
Honestly, man, not shit. That comedy show last night was actually pretty good. I hate that dude fucked it up because that lady was actually pretty nice, but it was actually pretty good. There were some good spots in there. Like there was some good back and forth. I'd be down to do another one of those. That was actually pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, but the whole premise was supposed to be them telling jokes, not giving each other a hard time and putting each other down. But
I didn't
That
catch
seems to
that.
happen with comedians, though.
Well, I'll be honest with you. When dude came at me from Atlanta, that's just my go-to. If you're gonna, this is our whole family. The second you hit the ball to me and serve, that's game. Then game's on. I pick my tennis racket up and I hit the ball back. Then you hit the ball back. Then I hit it doesn't stop because you stop hitting the ball. Like, no, you started the game now. I'm just going to keep serving lobbies at you for the next 45 minutes.
Typically, too, we're the ones that always take it too far. So we're usually
never
the ones
started,
that
though.
we're usually the ones that overstep at the end. And they're
But
like,
we
whoa,
never
wait, wait,
started,
wait.
though.
That's
But
true.
we never started, though. I never start anything. I'm always the one that's poked first.
I don't know. You've been together a lot of shit with me over the years.
You're my
don't
brother. That's different. I'll start shit with you any time of the day.
That's fact.
just saying that he was from Atlanta should have been enough right there to put him down. So,
Yeah.
Hey, he was actually a pretty cool cat. He was kind of getting in a roasted mode, so that kind of brought me out of my cave. So I started beating my chest. So I climbed to the top of the building. I started beating my chest, and then it escalates from there.
And, you know, I can put up with raunchy jokes and things like that. That doesn't bother me. But you know, when you start talking, especially somebody that's as good a friend of mine as April is, that was a little overboard. You know, she took it in stride.
She took it in strides. Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, she laughed at a lot of it off that I don't think that anybody else could have laughed off. 100%.
Yeah, I was surprised she still talked to me.
Skin.
Yeah, I mean, you do, but you know, at the same time, I think it went a little bit too far.
Now to clarify though, because I was a little tipsy, I was good though. I think I reviewed everything in my head. I don't think I stepped over her line.
No, but I think you might have upset Dusty a little bit. You stole his joke from him. So
what happened?
Yeah, he gave the punchline just as he was about to deliver it. He was talking about what's his name, Michael Vick having a barbecue.
Okay.
And I forgot exactly how the joke goes, but he goes in right for the punchline. I'm like, oh my God, I knew what he was going to say, but come on. He's killing some dogs, on the barbecue.
I thought that was like a guess the ending type joke. He kind of stammered through it. So I took that as like a fill in the blank moment. I was like, I got you, man. I'm not going to leave you out here to digitally die. I got you, man. Let me finish this up for you.
You told him last time that you heard that joke, you laughed so hard you fell off your dinosaur? Like, I mean,
That's
we get it, okay?
That's
like,
right, but yeah.
where else are you going to go with a Michael Vick joke? Like, everybody knows.
I tried to finish it a little too quickly. Yeah, that was fun, though, man. I think I was already drunk when that started. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, I had to get my buzz on before the show started, and about midway is about the time I got pretty toasted. I think that shot of whiskey took me over the top.
I saw you when you took that back. I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, I guess we're actually drinking. I was like, all right, let me get this shit popped.
It doesn't take too many of those to get lubricated. So, yeah.
And
once those start flowing.
A little margarita mix popping off now.
I mean, I really don't drink anymore. So, because I mean, I'm a bad alcoholic. It's hard for me to say when. And, my wife was kind of monitoring me. She said, you can get a little tipsy tonight, but let's just don't make a habit of it. I'm like, hey, no problem.
Yeah, that's a real thing, man. So it's good you got somebody that holds you accountable.
100% though.
Yeah, 100%. All right, well, Kyle, I mean, I know you and Kurt have kind of hung out a couple of times, but I really don't know anything about you. So, kind of what's the I don't know, the short story of Kyle Yates? Kind of.
What's your deal, man? What's your deal?
My deal.
What's your deal, man?
Well, I was in the mafia for a long time, and I was an enforcer. And no,
and all that.
That's where you got Coyote from. I get it.
Now, if you told me Sons of Anarchy, I would have believed that.
Hey, it's funny you mentioned Sons of Anarchy. I got to meet the dude that played Opie.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
If you didn't cry when Opie died, there's something wrong with you.
Or when his wife got capped.
If you didn't cry when Opie died, that's nuts, dude.
Yeah, can't even think of his name right. Ryan Hurst, that's it.
Right.
Oh, bit of trivia. Do you know who Ryan Hurst's dad is? Did you ever see the Dukes of Hazzard?
The old one?
Y'all there?
Yeah, the old one. Yeah, we're here.
I dropped out. Sorry about that.
Well,
hey, did you watch the old Dukes of Hazzard, Tom?
Oh yeah, man, I grew up on those reruns.
Yeah.
See, I'm 8 years older than Kurt, so the TV that I watched when I was a kid, like the reruns. Gilligan's Island, old Dukes of Hazzard, MASH.
So I'm the youngest one on this call. Is what you're saying. Yeah. So you guys are really old, and I'm not.
I remember when the episodes were brand new of the Dukes of Hazzard, so that's how old I am.
I used to love that show.
But do you remember Cletus?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's Ryan Hurst's dad.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so awesome. now you know.
And so Cletus' son is Opie from the Sons of Anarchy.
Yep.
Holy shit. God.
Man, Opie was one of my favorite characters on that show, for real.
Oh, yeah, he's an awesome dude. In fact, I asked him, I said, why is it seems like everything you're in, they kill you off? And his answer was very short and simple, because I suck.
I mean, he's not the greatest, but he added a good character.
At least he's getting killed off of a TV show. I mean, that's more than what most people could say.
Hey, that means he's getting a check. Fuck it.
Yeah, even in syndication, right?
You got to
Yeah,
get
that's
put
it. Live
onto
on.
it. You got to get put onto a TV show to get killed off of it. So hats off, yeah.
I mean, if you
True.
think about it, man, if you're on a TV show, I mean, that shit gets beamed into space, and that shit
You're-
lives
yeah,
forever.
Hey, Sons of Anarchy too. That shit has been restreamed
man.
to the max,
That's
bro.
on FX all the time.
I'm gonna
still.
rewatch it after this podcast because now it's been long enough.
Yeah, I
All
think
right,
this
so-
is my 4th time around on that.
Oh yeah, I've been through that one a couple of times. So when you weren't breaking kneecaps or meeting Opie, what do you do, Kyle?
Making faces.
Well, let me start off. Have you ever heard of a little town in Texas called Baytown?
Is that by the coast?
It is by the coast. It's just outside of Houston.
Okay.
Wow.
I think I've been around that way. I used to spend
We lived
some time
in Marshall,
Galveston.
Texas. We lived in
Yeah,
Marshall,
but
Texas for 5 years.
I used to
5 or
ride
6.
with my dad for work down to Houston, Galveston area. So.
Oh, okay. Well, their claim to fame is Gary Busey is from Baytown,
Oh, man.
Jesus.
but that was where I was born and raised and spent, roughly 47, 48 years of my life. And then we moved up here to Cedar Park, just outside of Austin. And I'm on my 2nd marriage, and we're going on our 5th year of marriage.
Nice, congrats.
I have 3 grandchildren, ages from 7 months to 5 years to almost 10. And I spent the last 20 some odd years doing city work and utilities, mostly water department stuff.
Okay.
Spent 13 of it as a supervisor in the water department. Then good old fate just stepped in and said, "Hey, we're going to take away your back." So my spine is deteriorating and just about down to nothing, and so I had to retire early. Lucky I had over 20-something years in retirement. So
Thank God.
There you go.
Jesus.
and I can't sit around doing nothing. So I told my wife
100%.
I wanted to start a podcast network. I have been podcasting for several years though, but decided, you know what, I'm breaking away from the network I was in and starting my own. And now I'm trying to recruit you guys.
Okay,
okay.
so on that note, you said at one point that you get a lot of UK followers. Was that correct? Did I hear that correctly?
Yes. UK, Ireland, Australia, Germany.
Where are they finding you at? Where are they streaming you at?
A lot of it is like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Those are like my top
Spotify's
2.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah, Spotify I think is responsible for 980 of our like 1,300 downloads.
Wow.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's
sweet.
Spotify. So yeah, it's I'm always just curious because we look at our I pull our stats up on Libsyn, and it's always weird to be like, oh, we got 9 downloads from Ireland. Like, who the fuck in Ireland downloaded our shit 9 times? Like, what 2 people downloaded them like each 4th? So it's curious to see, but that's crazy though. That's crazy. How do you just get out there to UK and like Ireland? How does that happen? What do you get like on to get it out to that spot?
Well, what happened for us is that I have a friend of mine in the UK, and he's been doing live shows on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. Yeah, YouTube and Facebook. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And anyway, I had interviewed him some years ago on my paranormal podcast, and I just asked him one day if he would be interested in doing a show on our network, and I started doing live shows alongside of him, and before you knew it, we were getting all these people from all over Europe. I happened to meet a gentleman on Instagram who does photos, and he lives in Australia. So that's kind of how we got our Australia market. But
Man, that's real grassroots shit.
Yeah, seriously.
I've been fortunate enough that I've interviewed Marcus Harvey from Ghost Brothers, just about everybody from the new Ghost Hunter show, except for one person who I'm trying to schedule right now. Chad Lindbergh's been on the show. I've had Adrian Paul on the show. If you remember Highlander back in the 90s.
Oh yeah, there can only be one.
There can only be one. That's how he signed his autograph to me, was there can only be one.
That's sick. He's still in the character.
And
That movie was huge.
oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Well, he did make a couple of movies. Most of them were Christopher Lambert that was the original one, but he kind of took over as his cousin. So
yeah.
But I've had all these different people. Well, Tina Storer is another one. She was on a show called Ghost Bait. I've had everybody from Ghost of Morgan City on the show. Pretty much, if they're in the paranormal field, except for those on Ghost Adventures, they've all just about been on my show.
So what got you into paranormal research, investigation?
Ooh, good story. Several years ago, Ghost Hunters first came on the air. And I remember when it first announced it was going to be on Sci-Fi. I was glued to the television and I kept watching them. I'm like, one of these days, not only am I going to do an investigation, but I'm going to do an investigation with those guys. And the years went by and then it went off the air and I was pretty disappointed. But my first wife, this is a really good part, right after I had my heart attack at age 36, my first wife left me and got a divorce, spent 10 years pretty much on my own, raising my boys. And but a little over 5 years ago, I met Michelle, my now wife, and we had met on a dating website. And
Nice.
we had talked back and forth over the phone and texting and stuff for a couple months, and finally decided we were going to get together and go on a date. The night that we were supposed to go on a date, she messages me and says, I had an emergency. I can't go tonight. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I've failed again.
She blew you off,
She
right?
just blew me off. But she kept texting me all night off and on. And finally, I kind of got the nerve to say, hey, what are you doing that you're still able to text me, but it was so important to break our date?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So like 10, 15 minutes go by. I finally get a message, and she says, I have to tell you something. I'm like, oh, Lord.
I'm really a man.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
I'm a 45-year-old trucker from Illinois named Clayton.
Right. From Atlanta, Georgia. No, I'm kidding.
Chill out. Warner Robin Strong, man.
They'll come get you, man.
All right.
ATL.
But she tells me that she is a paranormal investigator and she is on an investigation. And my first reaction was, marry me now,
Yeah, you said, all right,
Right?
let me go. I'll go get a ring. I'll be right back.
Right. But she ended up, there was somebody that had left the group, and she said, they're looking for somebody to join the group. Would you like to? And so
Oh, man, apropos.
I'm going, hell yeah, I want to.
Yeah,
So
jeez, that's a scratch-off ticket. That's the lottery right there.
So
Hey, man.
If that's
Man,
what you're
that
looking
was-
to do, like, you don't get handed a better plate than that.
Yeah,
What you're
thank
looking
you.
for.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
So I had been doing that with her for a while, and we finally, after a year, decided to get married. And just as we decided to get married, the lady that was in charge of the group had said, she wanted us to pay to go to some place to go on an investigation. But we just paid to go to Yorktown to the old hospital to do an investigation. It's like, look, we're paying for a wedding, we're paying for a honeymoon, we don't have money to go on this trip. So the lady says, well, you're not committed to the team, so she kicked us off. All right, so us being us, we're not going to go too long without being on another team. We met a gentleman. He invited us to join the team. It was on the other side of Houston, but we didn't mind the drive just because we got to do what we like to do. And we went on a couple investigations, and he was spending the time while we were in there investigating the place out in the car with some chick that he was hooking up with and cheating on his wife. So we're like, okay, no, I'm not doing this. And finally decided, you know what, let's do our own thing, start our own team.
There you go.
Started doing
Now
podcasts.
you start getting some chicks to cheat on your wife with, right?
Oh yeah,
That's what you're doing, yeah.
No, actually, she joins in, but no.
There you
She wanted to start a team so she could find
Hey,
some guys in a
don't
parking
come a
lot.
knocking when this mystery vans are rocking. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's right.
That's right. Ruby Roo.
No, this van is not haunted.
But
oh my God.
you know, I'm doing that, and I'm like, you know what? I want to do something else that's paranormal related. So I said, why not start a podcast? And bought me a book and a new laptop and started doing them. And the book, if you ever find a book that says how to podcast, tell you what to do with it. Number one, don't buy it. And if you've already bought it, burn it, because those things are worthless.
I'll just wipe my ass with the pages. That's fine.
Exactly. Do whatever makes you comfortable.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, we kind of learned that in getting
YouTube and Reddit, baby. YouTube and Reddit. That's it.
A lot of Google and
That's it. I Googled everything, and when it fucked up, I Googled the other thing, and when that fucked up, usually the third thing I Googled was the right way to go. We just fucked up a bunch. That's the only secret to it. We just fucked up a ton.
You just learn by doing.
Yeah, we now have 1,000 ways how you don't make a podcast.
Right.
Exactly.
So,
And
that taught us a pretty okay way to make one. So yeah.
Well,
I gotta go, man. I gotta see a haunted area with you. You gotta do I gotta come on like an investigation. If you ever go to a place like in Atlanta, or I'll drive to another state, dude. I am down. I am down. Let's do this.
Kurt, did I ever tell you that when I was first dating my wife, we lived in Milledgeville, Georgia, which if you know anything about that area, there was a pretty famous mental hospital there, like an insane asylum, basically. And people died there all the time. Like the conditions were really bad.
And this was test on them and shit.
Oh yeah, they did all kind of experiments and stuff like that. And I think it's just called State. I can't remember the name of it now. But
I think it's called Arkham Asylum.
Sorry, that's in Gotham.
We went there one time, and man, I don't know how I feel about ghosts or not, but something was going on out there. You could tell. You could just, I think everybody, whether they know it or not, they kind of have a sixth sense for that sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Whether they're in tune with it or not,
dude,
stuff was going. I mean, hair was standing up on the back of my neck.
Oh, yeah.
I just felt I had all kind of crazy sensations. I mean,
hello?
Is that something
Is somebody there?
I know you guys.
Hello, I hear something.
I know you guys use a lot of tools and stuff, but is a lot of it just kind of you've done it enough and you can kind of get feelings, you kind of know when you're somewhere?
Well, I'll tell you honestly, the use of psychics and mediums seem to be our best tools, but our night vision cameras and the recording devices for EVPs, those work really well. All the other stuff is, it's kind of hit and miss,
Yeah.
I got an EMF meter, and I learned to use that not so much for communications with spirits or ghosts, whatever you want to call, but finding where there was a heavy concentration of electrical wires and the EMFs coming off of them. First house ever did, they had that old knob and tube wiring, from the 40s, 50s, whatever. And these people had cut part of it out and had wrapped wires around it, and then had a lamp hanging off the ceiling in the attic. And you take that meter up there and it was pegged all the way.
Right.
Kind of obvious. And it was like, some people are so sensitive to that, it can make you hallucinate and make you think that there's things there that aren't really there. And I'm not saying they didn't experience anything paranormal. I just say I ruled out everything that I could possibly rule out. So, we found an electrical box one time. It was, I don't even know how it passed inspection. That thing was kicking off so many EMFs. It was ridiculous. And one of our mediums, who wasn't even at the house, didn't even tell her what was going on there. We just said, we're doing an investigation, and she can see remotely. In fact, she was still living back in Houston, and we were up here. She had told us there was going to be a fire in that place. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, that place caught on fire. And it was from the electrical box.
Jesus Christ. That type of shit freaks me out so bad. Because it's like people want to... Yeah. Go ahead, Brody.
Go ahead.
Now, everybody wants to say, it's fake, it's bullshit. But we all watch movies and we all catch feelings at some point in your life. And that shit's real, bro. It feels like that basic instinct when you watch a movie or you go like you watch a ghost program or you watch like a thriller or something, you get that kind of sixth sense, that kind of like that creepy crawler, like someone else is here. Like everyone's been home alone at some point as an adult and felt like, oh, there's definitely like something else here.
Well, yeah. I could tell you story after story after story if you had a few hours.
Let me take a wild stab in the dark because I'm a huge fan too. You've got to be a giant proponent of the show Supernatural.
Believe it or not, I have never watched Supernatural.
All right, well, let's cut the camera. Turn the cameras off.
I'm sorry, I haven't.
We're done here. We're done, guys. Guys, everybody go home. That's it, everybody.
I did take a picture with the car, though.
That's almost disrespectful.
I know.
Disrespectful to not be a fan of the show.
I'm sorry.
To not be a fan of. Do you know how much I would pay at a charity auction? Maybe even hundreds of dollars to take a picture with that car.
Oh wow, hundreds, huh? Wow.
Almost hundreds of, maybe $100.
Easy with the checkbook there, Moneybags.
And this guy, Mr. Paranormal, that's all right, man.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I don't watch any of the reenactment shows or any of that stuff.
Oh, that's horrible, man. It's super.
If they're not doing an investigation and you're watching them do the investigation, I'm just not into it. And
do you watch any Amazon shows? Amazon Prime shows?
I've caught a couple of them just because friends of mine have shows on there, and they've said, "Hey,
have you seen The Boys?"
Oh yes, I have seen that.
Yeah, Boys.
Okay, the same guy who made Supernatural made The Boys. So there you go, mic drop.
Okay.
There you go.
Boom. Oh,
check it out.
Have you ever heard of the Ohio State Reformatory?
What's that? Go ahead.
Okay, you've seen was it Shawshank Redemption?
Oh yeah.
Here, I'm listening. I got to go grab something, but I'm listening.
No, stay right there.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. Don't spray me.
Well, anyway, that's where they filmed Shawshank Redemption, was at the Ohio State Reformatory, and it's known to be a haunted place, and that's where my wife and I spent our honeymoon. And,
oh wow!
And I told you that one day I was going to investigate with the guys from Ghost Hunters. That's where we did the investigation with them.
That's rad.
So yes, I'm bragging.
Hey, yeah, name drop, man. Go for it.
I got to, man.
Bro, if I had the names, I would drop them every day.
I got to show you this picture. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, go for it. Kurt, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
This thing says it has like 9 minutes of remaining meeting time.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I don't use them. Maybe Kyle knows.
Maybe Coyote knows.
Oh, that's rad.
That is
hang on. I want to see the picture. Hang on. I want to see the picture.
Wait.
I'm coming back. Who controls when the camera switches? I've always wondered that on this thing.
It kind of goes with whoever's talking at the time. But
yeah.
There you go, Kurt.
Hang on. Let it switch back to you. Hang on. It's still on my brother. Hang on.
If Kyle starts talking, it'll probably go to him.
Oh man, I want to get that the demon word tattoo. I'm gonna get that tatted on the arm. That's gonna be the first tattoo. That big logo on the front of the show.
That was a blast, man. We had a good time. That was in New York. We went to Comic-Con up there.
Okay.
And got to meet all the guys from the Justice League movie.
Oh, that's dope.
Except for Ben Affleck. He was the only one that wasn't there.
Yeah, I could imagine. He seems like the guy that would say, fuck that. Yeah. Probably with Matt Damon.
Maybe. They were in the back.
Yeah, he was just hanging out. He didn't want to come out.
Yeah, that was so much fun. Jason Momoa is freaking awesome as hell.
He seems like a big guy.
He looks like a brick house. Yeah,
dude,
he looks gigantic.
Okay, you know whenever your kids are little and you're walking down the street and you got him by the hand, that was what it was like shaking his hand. I'm just kind of like,
good God, just shaking hands with a grizzly bear.
Right. I think he's got some mitts on him, bro, for sure.
Some mitts. I bet he got a pair of mitts on him.
So we go to take our pictures with them, right? And they ask us, okay, who's going to stand next to who? And of course, my wife says, I'm going to stand next to Jason Momoa. And
of course.
I look at Henry Cavill and I'm like, well, dude, I guess you're stuck with me. And he goes, yeah, that happens.
He's like, not the first time.
Hey, which is
that's pretty
crazy
bad.
because he got jacked for The Witcher though. He got jacked for The Witcher.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Love it.
that's bad when Henry Cavill is like, he's not the best looking dude standing next to it like with another dude there. That's pretty crazy.
Well, my wife gets to
would've-
brag because she got to touch Jason Momoa's butt. So
Oh man, she's so lucky.
So
I got
I'm like,
seconds.
okay, I'll grab Henry's ass. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, exactly. You got to go butt to front. Everybody knows that.
See, I got it.
Everybody
right.
knows the rules. That's rad.
Oh dang, hang on,
Very
say some
cool.
stuff. I got to cut back to it so I can see you. Hey, you gotta make some audible noise so it'll cut back so I can see
La
the
la
picture.
la 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 la. It's me. It's
Damn,
me.
Henry Cavill looks so fucking tiny.
I know, right?
Line up,
Dude,
dude.
Henry Cavill looks like he's about to do your taxes.
Jason
Dude.
Momoa looks like it'd bring your dad to work day. Jesus Christ.
Right. Well, and you know that Gal Gadot was she still is, I believe, a trainer for the Israeli army.
Gal Gadot's a lot of things.
Yeah, she's big on Krav Maga and all that.
Yeah,
Well,
she's a lot of things.
They had military police there, and they had bomb sniffing dogs, and I mean guys walking around with freaking machine guns and stuff, and you had to go through like 2 different metal detectors just to go up and get her autograph. So yeah, that was
Jesus Christ, worth it though.
Well, you know, in Israel, they make everybody serve in the military for 2 years. It's mandatory service. So,
Hey, it's not the worst idea if you're able-bodied.
That's right.
We could learn a lot from some of these other countries. They got a lot better outcome with their kids and different mental rates and test scoring. We always want to slam on different countries for having like strict policies, but they get a strict population out of it. A lot of people with a good moral code and a lot of discipline and a lot less fucking around and a lot less crime and a lot better looking prisons and a lot more second chances.
yeah,
They
that's
got
a lot
some
of
countries
shit, bro.
where their
Calm
prisons.
down.
Hey, I'm just saying they got a lot of prisons where their cells look like apartment rooms, and these guys never come back. They get college degrees while they're locked up for 6, 7, 10 years.
That's facts.
And when they get out of ours, they get thrown into some bullshit system, and they're back in 2 years.
Yeah, most countries when they get out, man, they give them the tools when they're inside to do something.
You
when they
got to take your shoes off to get in somebody's house, but hey, it's discipline, bro.
Yeah, they give you education here in these prisons in the United States. They teach you how to be a better criminal. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, they teach you how to turn yourself into a butt plug. That's all they teach you how to do.
Tell me how you really feel, Kurt. Hey, man, who's been to jail? Have you been to jail?
I have been to jail twice or 3 times. Excuse me.
Well, so I just didn't know if that butt
Sorry,
plug
that's
stuff was from experience.
No, 100%. Yeah, I got the
Sore
tattoo.
topic.
It says your name here, and there's just a line right there.
They called you bologna sandwich when you were in.
Yeah,
Everybody got a bite.
I looked like bologna sandwich when they were finished. Yeah, it was a horror scine.
Oh
God, Kurt looked like a damn apple core that had been eaten all the way down to the damn seed.
Yeah, it just looked like
His
a
ass
that
was
went
turned
through a
inside
shitty
out.
blender. Looked like somebody tried to make a fruit smoothie with a shitty
Oh
blender.
my
It's just half
God.
chopped shit. God damn, bro, calm the fuck down.
I see your cat likes to bother you while you're trying to do a show too.
Oh,
huh?
Yeah,
man, that
I always
cat's crazy.
try to keep a little pussy hanging around just for background effects.
Higher than giraffe pussy.
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. He chills out sometimes.
Yeah, either
Cat's kiddikins.
either mine are
That's
trying to
cool.
get in my lap or they sit outside the door and they howl. It's like,
He's not supposed to be in here, but I took a trip outside and he snuck in. So, and I don't want to get up and kick him back out. He's fine.
It's all your
He'll
fault.
just scratch my leg.
So paranormal stuff. You've been doing that how long? A few years? You
I've
said
been
5 years, right? You
been
met your wife.
a little
5
over
years
5
ago?
years now. Yeah.
What's like the most haunted place that you guys have been to?
Ooh, there was a house in Spring, Texas, and let me tell you about this place.
That sounds like bumfuck.
What's it called?
What the house?
No,
Yeah.
Spring.
Oh, Spring is just north of Houston. So it's actually a pretty. There's a lot of rich folks around there.
So kind of affluent. Okay.
Yeah, just get closer to the woodlands, that kind of area. But the people that lived there, they had moved out, and they had all kinds of things going on. And so they gave us the run of the place. I mean, there's no furniture, nothing in here. So
Oh, wow.
perfect for me because I hate wearing shoes. So I kick my shoes off, walk around barefooted, you know.
Right.
And yeah, I'm a country bumpkin. So what? We had went upstairs. It was me and my buddy Rodney, and we were sitting in this one room and we were doing EVP session, that kind of thing. And the ladies downstairs were watching us. And anyway, I told Rodney, I said, you know what? I don't know what it is, something in this carpet or whatever. My feet feel like they're on fire. And we just kind of didn't even think about it, right? Come downstairs, and the ladies asked us if anything happened while we were up there, and like, nope, it was pretty quiet, nothing really going on. I said, but freaking hell, when I was in that room, it felt like my feet were on fire. They start giggling. I'm like, what the hell are you laughing about? They're like, oh, we were down here and we told the little girl that's supposedly in the house to go up and tickle your feet. So I mean, you know,
shit.
I mean, that's you say it's an experience.
Take it for what it's worth.
Take it for what it's worth, you know.
Yeah. But still, man, it makes me curious, though. It makes me curious, though, because it's not out of the scope of reality.
All right, so Spring, Texas. I'm upstairs by myself. Camera's on me. Everybody's watching. They thought they saw something, so they rewound the tape, looked over it again. I say tape. It's not a tape. It's digital. But anyway, they rewound it, watched again, rewound it, watched again. It looks like this bug is flying in.
Mm-hmm.
But if you watch real closely, it flies in and then it goes into my back and disappears.
Oh, shit.
So I'm not aware any of this is happening. So when I come downstairs, they're all like, hey, come watch this. And one of the ladies there had her phone and she was videoing the screen so she could upload her little video to her Facebook page. And we watched it over and over again, and eventually somebody said, did you hear that? I'm like, what? Says, you could hear a voice on her phone. And sure enough, if you listen, you can hear, just as this thing's flying in, this little whisper go, that was me.
Cut the shit, dude.
That's some paranormal activity shit right there.
So is there this? I got a legitimate question, man. I
Sure.
know, like, to tease about it a bunch when I ask it, but is there a legit thing that I can go through to pay like a service to go to one of these and stay at like one of these really like legit haunted places where you actually can feel something or see something? Like, what would be one if you had to pick one for somebody to go that's trying to like really look into that and see, do you think it's real? Do you think it's not? Let me go stay a night. Let's really experience it. Let's bring 4 grams of mushrooms. Let's go see what happens. Let's go talk about our dead grandparents. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where would you recommend?
Okay, so if you want to go someplace close to where y'all are at, the Shanley Hotel in New York is...
That's not that close, but okay.
But it's closer than any other place I could tell you to go to.
Where would the other place would be? Because New York is a long shot from
GA. Yeah, where's the other place? Antarctica?
Where's the other place? The Mayan ruins?
The Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado.
Oh.
Colorado's
now, see, he
closer
would
than
rather
New York.
go there because he's been trying to get to Colorado. Him and his
I've
wife
been
been trying to take a trip. So
They've
that might
got
be
some
good. That
things-
might be on the list.
They've got certain stuff that's legal in Colorado that I'm looking to get into.
Gambling.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah,
we'll call
that's
it
it, Kyle.
gambling. Yeah, I like to take my dice and roll it up and then, light one end of them. Yeah, dice. Yeah, gambling, 100%. Sure.
Sex with cattle.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, well,
I've been doing it here for years, but I feel so much better.
Yeah, they've asked him to leave a few times and go do it somewhere else.
I got you.
Yeah,
But
they said, don't come back.
Yeah. If you come through Texas, go to the Driscoll Hotel in Austin.
Okay. Is
It's
that
pretty haunted.
is there a
place.
certain room, a certain place, a certain side? Is it like
You
don't
know,
stay in room 14 or some like guy will jump out of the shower with a hook?
I honestly don't know, but there is a group that's not far from here. They're called Scare Texas, and if you look them up on Instagram and message them, they can tell you where the most haunted place is in there because they did a live there. And
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go. I just want to go there and just get like a little bit of mushroom, maybe drop a tab, and just say, all right, let's go. Let's figure all this shit out. Somebody's got to know.
I mean, if you're doing
that's all.
acid and mushrooms, I mean, we can see ghosts anywhere. Honestly,
You'll see something.
You know what I mean?
I need to know. I need to not freak out when I see one, and if I feel like I'm on mushrooms, I'll probably accept that experience a little bit better. If Casper comes out the wall and I'm already
just do like a
tripping balls.
micro dose or something. You know what I'm saying? Don't do
like 4 or 5 grams. Yeah, a micro dose.
Yeah, very micro.
I'll drop 1 tab. There you go.
Jesus.
And I know the Magnolia Hotel in Seguin, Texas. It's kind of close to San Antonio, if I'm not mistaken.
They got some stuff in Savannah, Kurt. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we went to Savannah for St. Patrick's Day on River Street. We went to a nice restaurant down there that used to be an old Civil War general's house, and they turned it into a fancy restaurant. And they said at certain parts it had a history of being haunted while they were renovating it.
I know Ohio has a lot of good places. Like I said,
what's your schedule looking like? Where are you going? Do you have anything on the horizon you're going to investigate? What's new? What's coming up? Where is it somewhere that I can like go watch it next? What are you uploading it to? Go ahead, like I gotta hear all that because I'm gonna follow this shit. I'm gonna be on every clip.
I'll be honest with you. The next place we're going to, it's kind of a hush kind of thing. It's sensitive where we're going to, so we can't put anything on social media, let anybody know where we're at.
Okay.
Get the people
That's intriguing.
in trouble.
But afterwards, you'll have a documentary about it. You'll have some footage.
I can't post anything. I can't post
anything.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yeah. But we have to wait until they lift all the bans and stuff around here.
Yeah.
So
COVID.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could tell you, but we're told we can't tell anybody where we're going to. And if things go well, we're going to try to make it out to that Shanley Hotel for Halloween.
Nice.
That's the one that's in New York? Or where was that one at?
Yeah, that's in New York.
All right, so I just got to get a flight to New York then. That's not that bad. And I'll Uber. There we go.
All right, our friend April will be there.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, I told her, I said, sorry about the guys from the last night. And she was like, yeah, you were nice. And I'll say, thanks. I appreciate it.
That's not what she told me, but okay.
Oh,
hey,
I'm kidding.
I'm always a perfect gentleman. Always.
You know,
hey, at least when I'm being recorded.
That's facts. Hey, you know, I was thinking about ghosts and like COVID and stuff. What if somebody like died because of COVID, and then when they were a ghost, they were haunting you. Okay. They were like floating around, like put your mask on, and like 6 feet. You know, wouldn't that be some crazy shit? Like an annoying ass like COVID ghost, and you're like, oh, we get it, buddy. He's like, it killed me though. I'm dead.
It just sneaks up in your ear, you know. Don't be near someone for more than 15 minutes without distancing.
It's Fauci's fault.
30 seconds.
Hey, it's Fauci's fault. It's Fauci's fault.
Why do I have a ghost giving me PBS messages in my ear? He just floats by. The more you know.
Well, man, that's some interesting stuff. I mean, you know, where can everybody find your stuff? I mean, you guys have social media and all that stuff?
Granted, we are on your network, but yes, plug everything.
Well, just go to America's Most Wanted or FBI's Most Wanted list. You can find me there.
There we go.
I was going to look up Sexiest Man Alive circa 1998. I thought that was going to...
Nice.
I was 28 years old in 1998.
There you go. Okay. I was 8 years old.
Good grief.
Good times.
Started driving in 1998.
Hey, he was 16 years old. Don't let him fry.
Too far. I'm in the middle.
Stuck in the middle. That's good.
If you look for us at the Vibes Broadcast Network on Facebook,
which I am subscribed to. Subscribe to the YouTube. I am subscribed.
Okay, I'll jump on there. Give you guys a subscription. Yeah.
YouTube.
That's a good one.
Check you out.
You had some good interviews. That last guy was pretty good. What was it? The guy that had been in the movies.
Oh, you talking about John Osuna?
No. Scoville.
Oh, Will. Oh, you talking about Will Scoville? I
saw about 15 minutes of that one just cruising by. That was a good one.
Will's a good guy. He lives here in Austin. He
looked professional as hell. He had a nice setup. Yeah, it was cool.
Oh yeah. He's been in movies. He's been on television and all 9 yards. But mutual friend actually introduced us, and I had him on an interview. Gosh, it's been a while back, and then he had went to New York and he was doing some filming there. He came back to Austin, found out he was back in town. I'm like, hey, you want to do another show? He's like, hell yeah. And then he calls me the other day and says, hey, I'm going to start doing a new show. Can I come on your show and introduce it? Of course you can. You know you can. And so tonight, I guess it would be 11 o'clock your time. He will be on YouTube, and he'll be doing the reaction videos, watching like Ghost Adventures, I think. So that ought to be
I'll have to peep that. I'll have to peep that.
Let's
I
check
like
that out.
one. I like that. I've seen 3 or 4 years. I like the format you have where you kind of just take on anybody. I was telling my brother about it today, and while I was explaining it, he was kind of like, oh, he's kind of like almost like a host. He's like a mediator almost. Like you're kind of this like go between for a lot of people, like of any kind of venue too. Like I see your interviews and they're all the way over here. They're all the way over here. You go over here. Like you interviewed me, and I don't even know where the fuck I land on the map. You go back over here. Like,
well, I have a show called Listen to the Vibes, and that one's kind of been for either people that are in acting or music or some kind of positivity, whether it be entrepreneurship, comedians, and
you have a broad spectrum though. You cover a lot with your different shows.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Like you have different shows in your network and all that. But
we have paranormal, we have comedy. We had somebody doing cosplay, but they kind of faltered. Other stuff.
I like that. So what? Talk to us, man. What's the next step? What about this network? Like you want us to? We talk every time we get together. You got a network. We got a show. We're looking for a network to really push our shit out there to a lot of people. Like what's the next step? How do we bind you and us together? How does that happen? What's the process look like?
Okay, so if we both mutually agree that y'all want to join, I will give you our passwords and stuff, like to get on Buzzsprout. You put your audio stuff up on Buzzsprout, and it sends it out to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, blah, 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 blah. I just name a bunch of them. And if you decide you want to do video as well, we'll get you edited and put on YouTube. I can help y'all get that part started, get your intro and outro going, and then you'll have the passwords to get on YouTube and just upload stuff. So you don't have to wait for me, or you can email it to me and I'll do it. Doesn't matter. Of course, we all share in like advertising for each other. If we make a post, we try to share it out so it gets out to more and more social media. We have 4 or 5 different Facebook pages. I have to go back and look. Then we got like 4 Instagram pages. This is just for the immediate network, not including the other folks' stuff. And of course, we got Twitter, which I hardly ever get on. Sorry, I don't mean to talk bad about Twitter, but I just don't get it.
Well, we got a Twitter. We got a Twitter. We started just because we started the show, and it was one of the ones that it was kind of podcast friendly in the sense that you could get a good Twitter following and kind of spread out your podcast show. But we don't have like an Instagram. We don't have a Facebook yet. We want to do video, but we kind of want to get a little more of like, maybe 1,000 a month plus before we go to video, because it'd be kind of like a jump. It'd be more equipment. Like I'd want to get closer to like having ads. But I got two questions though. The only
Sure.
thing that's burning in my head.
Sure.
Would we be able to be seen by any of the European market
Yes.
that you have? Do we get distributed on that platform as well?
Yes, we started a page called Drew TV, and my buddy over in the UK and I will get together and we'll do shows. And I mean, we've done some really cool interviews. We had John Asuna on the other day. He is a martial arts expert, and he's also been a stunt coordinator for movies. Good Lord, what happened here? Are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay,
We still
sorry.
see you.
Well, anyway, something happened. I don't know what it was, but anyway, he's going to be in the Matrix 4 and Venom 2 He was in
Oh man, I
Alien
can't wait for
Wasp.
Venom 2. Venom 2 sounds like it's gonna be dope. Venom 1 was off the chain.
But so what I'll do is I'll either go back and I'll get some of our old videos and I'll post them up on that page as well, so it gets out to our UK market.
Nice.
But of course, we do have a lot of new followers on our other pages as well that are out there.
So where would we be getting posted to? Like what would be that like avenue in which that they would like click through? Like what would the click through be as far as like would we be just like kind of when we dropped a video, would it just get released on something that a bunch of people like in the UK are following and like see? Or
Yeah, what it happens is once it goes on YouTube, I put the link for the new episode up, and so they can go click on it, or I can post the Buzzsprout embedded feed so they can find it wherever they listen to their favorite podcasts, that kind of thing. We're really trying to work on YouTube right now because that seems to be where the money's at.
Oh, for sure.
now we could get on YouTube. We would just have like a still frame photo or maybe like a photo slide while our podcast played. We don't have like a video, but I mean, we'd be down to go on YouTube and post our episodes as well. It would just be like pictures and not like an actual video of us recording it.
Well, that's what I did. I did that interview with Adrian Paul, and it was before I got Zoom. And so I just went and got a bunch of photos of him, and I edited them over, on the video, and then added the soundtrack behind it, our audio file.
So is that something we'd be able to get if we were with you guys and got posted? Like, would we be able to have just a random video for every episode and kind of keep like a channel log?
Yeah, just and you can put as many up on YouTube as you want to, and I'll teach y'all like the best way to post it, because I didn't realize that they have what they call a card template at the end of the video, and you will create a playlist that'll say Half Hour Bros, and every video that you upload, make sure that it goes on that playlist. So at the end of your videos that you post, it'll give you the best video picked by YouTube in your category to go along with whatever video you posted. Then there will be a subscription button, and then there's also a playlist. So of course your playlist will be on there, so people can go back and they want to check an older
the back catalog.
Yeah, they can go to the back.
So, catalog. But now if they click on that, will that somehow convert to get us another download on Libsyn? Like how do we manage both do both stats count like for ads purposes? That's
the problem when it comes to the audio and the video. That's a whole separate thing. I mean, I've had up to 16.5K listeners, but the subscriptions aren't there. That's the problem. We get plenty of listeners, but we just don't have.
But if somebody watched a YouTube video we put up, would it count on the Libsyn website as far as different? Because Libsyn. Okay.
No. Unfortunately.
So we'd have to do both. Okay.
And it sounds like you use Buzzsprout, right? You don't use Libsyn?
Yeah, I like Buzzsprout. I've already got everything set up, so all you got to do is upload your episode, put in your descriptions, any links that you want.
Our RSS feed could carry over. We could just carry it over to Buzzsprout.
So I got two final ones. Because I wanna. You're pretty upfront, and you've already done a lot to help me out. I appreciate it already. That was cool. I'll say it again, the way you kind of just found our podcast dangling out in the middle of the internet and decided to
seriously
for an interview. It was cool. But would it matter if we had also another network that had no strings that wanted to host our content as well?
I don't have a problem with it.
Because I just want to be upfront. I don't want to make it seem like we're just doing one thing. I want to keep you just as informed. If you're handling the shows and stuff like that anyway. I've
been doing a show on Paranormal Warehouse as well, so.
Okay. Because we're kind of just trying to get like a web of different kind of, even that guy from Atlanta that I was bullshitting with, he said he had an entertainment company. I still got, you know what I'm saying? Even though we bullshitted back and forth, I still got his number and hit him up. Like, we're trying to get out to as many people, if we can reach smaller amounts, even if it's with a bunch of different outlets, then it's still kind of the same at the end.
My thing is it's probably not the best business sense in the world, but I don't make anybody sign any kind of contract saying you got to stay with us this X amount of time, or we're going to keep your content. anytime you want to leave, you can go. You can take your content with you. I'm just, I'm trying to make a platform where everybody can come together. It's kind of a joint thing where, like on YouTube or even on Buzzsprout, all those things, even if you only have one viewer or one listener, but somebody else has 2,000, we all count it together as one. So when we get monetized, we share.
I'd be down. I'd be down to go on some other shows too. That's why I kind of like joining the network. I'd be down to do episodes on some of your shows if you wanted, other shows that you got in your network. I know are always looking for guests. So.
Oh yeah, and I told y'all, you join on board, I would be glad to help you get some guests. So.
Yeah, we're trying to look into that. It's hard right now. We would have to do a Zoom type thing and record. With the equipment I use to record in studio, we can't really add anybody while we're recording. We're really just kind of laying down an audio file on a recorder with 2 mics and then just uploading it.
Yeah, that's why I was
outros.
Zoom is not that much a month.
Yeah, no, if we started doing guests, I would definitely have some of these. If we get like a I'd like to have different people that I know in the studio for some episodes. But yeah, we're definitely looking to expand what the show is and stuff. But let's tie a bow on this, bro. This has been a good episode. Let's put a cherry on this bitch.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
I liked it. Coyote, Dragon, you're the man. We appreciate you. Thanks for letting us take over your show. Plug it up, bro.
We're not
worthy. Yeah, we're the reach us at halfhourbros@gmail.com and at halfhourbrospod on Twitter. Thanks to Kyle for letting us come in and take over and talk about ghosts
Dragon. Coyote Dragon. It's
Coyote Dragon, Kyle Yates.
They call me Dragon.
Have
to call me Dragon.
Call me Nighthawk.
Yeah. Oh, don't do it, Kyle. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, if you come on our show, bro, prepare for the references. Me and my brother, we're a walking IMDb like post 2000 for most shit.
It's not good.
The greatest movie ever made was Step Brothers. So
it's up there.
It's top
I can't
10.
argue.
It's definitely
I can't
top
argue
10. It's definitely top 10.
Hell yeah.
$1,000 a week for vocal lessons.
We got a new bro. We got a new bro though.
Yeah, man.
We're the Three Musketeers. I like
You're officially a half hour bro, man. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate you letting me on.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ciao.